We're going to help society heal some of the division, the divisiveness. We're going to work on stop villainizing one another. I understand why Democrats villainize the Republicans in a lot of ways, but I could also see why Republicans get angry at Democrats in a lot of ways. We need to learn to understand a little bit of where each is coming from. The fiscal conservatism, there's a lot of reasons behind what they want. They want things to be more efficient. They want less government spending. Things need to be streamlined. There's so many redundancies in government. One system gives you food stamps, the other gives you Medicaid, the other gives you welfare, the other gives you this, blah, blah, blah. Each system has to have all these thousands of employees, all these different systems, all the bureaucracy stuff. It is a waste of money. There's a lot to be said why people want less government, that they feel that government is ultimately corruptible. It is. It's not the most trustworthy, especially these days. It seems like money's influence gets stronger as time is going on. Sum up Democrat versus Republican. Democrats focus on corporate corruption. Corporations are running everything. There's not enough regulations, but they completely ignore the fact that people in the government are corruptible, that the election system's not fair. They'll point to conservative gerrymandering, but when they're doing gerrymandering, well, let's not talk about that. Republicans focus on government corruption. Oh, look how corrupt they could be. They take money on the side, but then they're ignoring the fact that okay, well, without regulations, corporations are running everything. You have these Amazon, these ultra billionaires have way, way too much power. One person's perspective should not have so much power over everyone. The answer is not one or the other. The answer is integrating the valid points of both sides and other sides, incorporating all of that. Let's acknowledge that corporations can be unruly and there could be unfair advantages. Once you're an ultra rich organization, by nature, you want to cut out your competitors. Once you have this massive reach, it's pretty much unfair that you could just buy out your competitor. You know, Amazon's known, like if they have a local warehouse, they'll purposely lower their prices for 6 months, a year, take a loss because it's nothing in the long scheme of them. They make sure that business goes out of business and then they jack their price back up. That's completely unfair competition. That does happen in the corporate world. When you have that much money, that much power, you're going to shape society in your direction, in your favor. The system allows it. They're doing what the system allows them to do. They're allowed to put $1 billion in lobbying and focus on making sure politicians do what they want to do. The way they see it, oh, if I donate $10 million to politicians this year, the amount of regulations that get avoided, I'll save $1 billion. That's all they need to know. They will send any check, long as their bottom line of that check will be better than the alternative. They almost have to go that way. There is a system for ethical capitalism, but this current predatory capitalism and unfair advantages, if you're able to do something that's going to get you more money, you almost have to do it, especially as a corporation. When you have investors to answer to, executives to answer to, you're forced into making those decisions, really only caring about the bottom line. The only time they do something that's socially ethical is for PR reasons. More buyers try to have a more positive outlook on them. But it's very rare that, especially larger corporations, do things for the sake of just doing the right thing. It's all about understanding that there's all these different perspectives in society, that there's more than just the two parties. Not everything is black and white. There's reasons people do what they do. We want to transcend the current system. I mean, right now it's even just the two loudest extremes of the two parties who gets heard the most. Most people are all more in the middle, and there's a lot of things that most people would actually agree upon.